Well, hello, the Hood Talks podcast. I am so happy to be here and have this great, wonderful lady here with me to talk about her amazing organization and the things that they are about to bring to the community. Man, I can't wait for you guys to hear. Um, Miss Kelly, how are you tonight?
Man, I am well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I am doing really pretty good. Um, so go ahead and just give us like a brief bio of who you are, a little bit about yourself, and then you can jump into your organization. So
Okay, cool. I'm Kelly McGowan. That's my government. Born and raised in the heart of the city of St. Louis. Grew up on the west side. Then my family moved to the north side. So yeah, so I'm a city girl through and through. And I noticed at an early age how things are different depending on where you are in the
right.
city. I didn't know exactly what that meant, but I like peeped a lot of different things. You see different types of people. You see folks, jogging and a lot of different resources, restaurants. Like you just see differences. Some of the stuff I didn't see in my hood compared to when we went a little bit further south. And then it was a whole
Hmm.
new world. I'm like, what is this? Didn't know that when I was younger, but as I got older, I realized um, how intentional and how by design this the system created these inequities, which people now call, is known as the Delmar divide, right?
Hmm.
So from there, I hooped. I'm actually a ball player. I used to play
Okay.
basketball.
Who your
Yeah.
favorite player?
Okay, so I will say, as far as like, I love Cynthia Cooper back in the day. So like when I was like thinking about I'm going to the WNBA, I was so big into like women hoops. Cynthia Cooper, I mean, she won so many championships with the Houston Comets. I loved her, and a lot of the other early WNBA folks. They were my jam. But so I hooped. I tore my ACL twice. In high school, I was retired by my senior year in high school, because I was like, Lord, if my ACL done tore the second time, then maybe it's a sign I need to do something else. So I stopped hooping, and I was like, I'm interested in the human body and helping people. Maybe I should be a physical therapist. And so went to school to pursue that. However, in the process of applying for, I guess, PT grad school, I worked as a physical therapy aide at an outpatient physical therapy clinic. And I was like, yeah, this health industry, I don't think it's for me, because I really, my passion is to help people get better, not to keep them ill and sick and make money off of them. So
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
This
And
ain't
then
it.
it's not. And so talking to, again, really connecting with some of the patients and stuff, and also spending more time with my family, understanding their health history, things of that nature. And as Black people, like, our health sucks.
Yeah.
So like, how can we improve that? So did a little soul searching, my quarter life crisis, and figured out, I want to do public health. So ended up going back to school, got my master's in public health from the Brown School, Wash U, and realized, okay, what I want to do is develop programs that alleviate the health inequities within the region. So that's what I want to do, programming, right? Uh, Went to Harlem. After I graduated, worked for the Harlem Children's Zone, which is considered like a renowned nonprofit organization who their approach, literally their mission is to end generational poverty in East and Central Harlem. Really, really huge. And I worked as a health coordinator. Basically, I supervised staff, and we did a lot of wellness programming for the babies, aged K through 12, in an after school setting. The school was in the projects, like. And I saw there, like, we come up with some great programs. These babies understand the importance of eating fruits and vegetables and getting their exercise in and activity in, but like their environment does not support these behaviors. So
Mm-hmm.
what kind of an impact are we really
Really
having?
making. Right. Right.
So
Because it starts at home, right?
it starts at home and your environment and everything around that. So I was like, okay, whatever. Came back home to the Lou. And I realized, because I said, the next thing I want to do, I want to work with moms. I want to work with parents. Because in my previous role, we kind of did have some interaction with parents, but not really. And I said, well, I want to work with parents because, like you said, right? Like everything starts at home.
Mm.
So I was blessed to be able to work with North County mamas.
Yeah.
Um,
You did. I was one of them.
I know, right? And to work with you guys to really figure out how can we facilitate a healthy home environment and healthy community for our babies. And so again, with that, I was like, and I mean, I had a great time, like made
It
his
was awesome. It really was. Like
yeah.
even my niece and nephew, because they were coming to the child part, and they were keeping me on my toes. Like, are we going today? Are we going today? TT, we going? I was like, yeah, we going. Let's go. So it was really enjoyable. It was. It really was. And
And
the
so
difference of the food, it was yeah. It was.
yeah, and the thing is, because people are like, oh my goodness, Kelly, this is so innovative. I'm like, it's really not. I just like listen to what people want, and then we deliver on it and make sure that whatever program is developed, it's relatable, like it connects, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's relevant. So again, great. I had like a great time. Learned a lot. Connected with some awesome women and stuff. But like again, I felt like we just kind of putting a band-aid over things. And in the process of us developing these programs, you had all these grocery stores that closed down in North County, the shopping saves. So again, we're talking about choosing healthier options. However,
The availability, the access, it's
yep,
important. Very.
I know. So I was like, so in my next move, hopefully we can really do something to really get at the root causes of a lot of these issues when we're talking about um a lack of quality of life for
Yes.
Black and brown people in St. Louis. And uh so yeah, and again, working in North County as well, it's a lot of municipalities, it's a lot of bureaucracy, it's a lot going on out there. And so I challenged a lot. There were a lot of challenges that I faced in just doing like free wellness programming, because you got to go to this person, you got to go to that person. Well,
Mm-hmm.
across the street, that's a whole nother
I was
municipality.
just about to say, you could be just right across the street and be like, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. Who I got two, through four different people? Well, block.
I'm just trying to do a free yoga class, y'all. Like, that's it. Like nothing else. I'm not trying to come up personally. It's a free program for the community.
Yeah.
So I noticed a lot of fragmentation, division, just a lot. And I'm like, dang,
Mm-hmm.
like how can we bridge that? Like, how can we work on that? And then understanding too, again, local governance and how that impacts the business establishments that are in our communities, um,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of other things. So I'm like, whenever I have another opportunity, that's what I want to work on. And so that's why we're here today. Like this is where
This
we
is
are.
why we are here.
Yeah, with Evolve. And so Evolve is an acronym for Elevating Voices of Leaders, Vying for Equity. It's a mouthful, but like my grandmother said, she wrote this note like for me, and it said, you can do one of two things: either evolve
Hmm.
or continue doing the same thing and repeating. So we
Hmm.
have to evolve. When we're talking about changing our outcomes and our life expectancy here,
Yes.
as Black and brown people in St. Louis, I'm tired of seeing all these reports um, that are just depressing. They're
It is.
depressing.
Yes, it's very depressing. I used to I was like a big fan of CNN, and now I'm just like CNN. Stop, please.
It,
Is
it,
it a way that they just keep showing how Black people and are being affected, and how Black people don't want to take the vaccine, and how we need to put it in Black and brown communities. And can we really, y'all? I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Look, I'm a little skeptical.
No, no, trust me. I definitely feel you. We had a conversation about this, but I definitely feel you because it's like, what's really happening? So,
Yes, like why y'all keep highlighting it? Like we know this. It's not a secret. So why y'all keep highlighting it? Why? Why
it's
do
a
y'all
lot.
really? Why y'all? Somebody said something. Look. Here I go. But somebody said, and that hit me so hard. I was like, when it's something like good, that they not going for Black people first. So why y'all so quick to want to give us the vaccine? I'm just saying, like, why we just the vaccine? You guys need it. We need to give you the vaccine. Like what?
And yeah,
So yeah.
and looking at the historical like context there of like our interactions with medical institutions and the healthcare industry in general, it has not been the best.
So
So
I'm not telling nobody not to take the vaccine. I'm
right,
not
yeah.
saying nobody to take the vaccine. I'm just saying I'm just very
Like, okay.
skeptical.
But so with Evolve, yes, with Evolve, we have to do something different because if we continue to do the same thing, we are going to pass our failures down to our next generation.
Yep.
Shout out, that's my partner in community, Tasha Phoenix. That's her quote. I gotta shout her out for that one. I stole it from her, but
Shout out to her for that. That's fact.
but we got to do something different. And so when we're talking about the well-being of our communities and our neighborhoods, it's influenced by local government. And people don't check for it much. I mean, to be quite honest, I really didn't. And ever since I was 18, I registered to vote, you know what I'm saying? So I've been a voter since 18. However, we always focus on like the federal stuff. We always focus on that. And even in school, like I had a civics class, but I don't remember us talking about local government. It's always federal level stuff. But, when we're talking about the fabric that really like glues our communities together, when we're talking about our schools, that's local governance.
Yes.
When we're talking about, these streets, all these potholes, what I'm saying? Everybody talk about the potholes and how trash the streets are. That's local government. It's impacted by that. When we're talking about businesses and establishments we don't like seeing in our communities, guess who issues those permits for those businesses? It's through local government. I could go on and on and on.
I would say, right. We can.
But there's a lot that impacts us at the local level, and we need to show up. We need to be engaged so that we can be a part of the process in having a say in what goes on in our communities. So that's why Evolve was really created. I call it the perfect storm of 2020. Everything happened in 2020, baby. And, you had the Rona, right? You had the Rona wreaking havoc on Black and brown people in our communities. You had, unfortunately, George Floyd and some other people that murdered by the police. And with all of that going on, white people are like, oh man, structural racism. It exists, you guys. So we need to speak out against it. We're going to dismantle it. We're going to dismantle racism. Let's go. So everybody named Mama was on that, right?
Right.
Everybody named Mama.
Everybody.
And even local governments. So a lot of them passed legislation declaring racism a public health crisis, including St. Louis City and St. Louis County. They did pass resolutions declaring that. And that's great. That's cute. But like when we talk about actual change, that happens that will really bring about improving our well-being, what does that mean though? Like what does that mean? And
like
so
let's not keep putting a bandage over it. That ain't gonna help.
Exactly. So because it looks good. Yeah, it looks good, right? But what
Yeah,
does
because
that
we
mean?
got black now. We got black and brown bandages too, so it really looks good. It blends.
Right, it blends in.
It blends in.
Um, but yeah, so that Evolve was created in this. I feel like the mix of the perfect storm where like we tired of being sick and tired. We have all these entities claiming that they're really about alleviating these inequities. Um, so let's hold these people accountable. Let's go. Let's
Let's
get it.
do it.
And so that's literally what Evolve, that's what it's about. We are about creating a platform that informs our people about what's going on locally. Because first we have to be engaged and we have to be informed, right?
Yes.
Before we can advocate for anything to happen,
Yes.
right? So we got to know what's going on first.
Yes.
And then from there, we can figure out collectively as a community, how we gonna change this?
Yes.
What we gonna do? So, Evolve, we really focus on really two areas. Um, the food system, um,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of talked about that earlier, right? With
Mm-hmm.
those grocery stores, but even moving beyond that, like how can the community have a say in the establishments that sell foods or maybe own it? My partner in community, Tasha Phoenix, shout out to her. She's our food justice warrior with Evolve. She's been working in communities to figure out, can we have a community owned grocery store? What does that mean and what does that look
Look
like?
like
Instead of relying on a Schnucks or,
outside
you
sources.
know,
Mm-hmm.
can we do
That's
it ourselves?
that sounds like a good idea, and I would really like to know what that would look like. I mean,
Yeah.
like, would that be something similar to like a community garden, in a sense? Interesting.
So,
Okay.
and I mean, and I would imagine it's whatever works best with the community and how that looks like. And like something that I really love about the work that she does too, she has great relationships with black growers and farmers. So
Yes. Yes. Come
exactly.
through.
Yes. So it's like really figuring out how can we build out this infrastructure where we are supporting our black and brown farmers and growers, because as we know, when it comes to us having our own businesses, we have a lot of challenges with
Mm-hmm.
having the funding available, capital, like a lot of things. Our farmers and growers, they experiencing the same thing
Yep.
compared to their white counterparts. So she's really focusing on making sure that we hold them down, supporting them to make sure they're able to grow and harvest and market and everything. So
Okay.
holding them down and also making sure we have this infrastructure like a pipeline potentially where us city folk or whatever, we can connect with our rural brothers and sisters and say, hey, y'all got produce? Shoot, we need produce. So let's go.
Right.
Again, but keeping it like us doing it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Instead of relying on somebody else to do it for us.
Right.
So how can we build that infrastructure with ourselves? And then our other area that we're focusing on is the built environment. So that's more kind of like my space. And so the built environment is literally when you walk outside your house, everything you see outside, that's considered the built environment. So
Okay.
when you're talking about the sidewalks, if they
Mm-hmm.
jacked up or not, that's part of the built environment. When we're talking about access to public transportation, that's considered part of the built environment. When we're talking about access to healthcare facilities or whatever types of businesses or establishments in your community, that's part of the built environment. Um, and then there are other things too when we're talking about like the actual environment. So air quality, when we're talking about, lead, like all of that, that's part of it too. But it's literally when you walk outside of your house, what you see is the built environment. And unfortunately, um, our environments have been have experienced a lack of disinvestment
Yes.
for mad long, which has
Yes.
resulted in a lot of the stuff that we see when we're talking about abandoned properties, vacant lots, just there.
Just
Um,
there. Just
and
standing.
so and it's by design. Everything's by design. right?
Yes, yes,
Um,
it is. Yes,
so
it is.
yeah. So how can we overcome that? How can we
Right.
overcome that collectively and say, yo, we tired of all this stuff in our communities. This stuff wouldn't fly, in Ladue or Clayton somewhere. This stuff wouldn't fly there. So why is it flying here in our communities?
Yes.
So
Yes.
really figuring out again, how can we first engage in the process and understand how things work, but also come up with solutions to recreate it.
To get right.
So
To bring it to us.
that's Evolve. There you go, right there.
That's
That's
it.
us.
That's
In
look.
a nutshell.
Is that all we need to just look in this right now? Huh? That's all. That's it.
I'm not gonna
Drop the
drop
mic.
my laptop because
Like we out here, like putting work to this, basically putting in the work because we
trying.
need it.
We trying.
And it's not easy. It's not easy. But yes, you guys, man, I think you guys have like some super dope ideas. I mean, and it kind of is kind of like, because we kind of here on the same page, so it's definitely like, okay, yeah. But I mean, you really got into a lot. Honestly, I was gonna go into like how is your organization beneficial to the community, but I mean, you kind of wrapped around a lot of that. Like you are out here helping people understand the local level of the government, how it works and how it affects them, and why they need to be involved, which is awesome. I guess how can communities support you and your organization?
First and foremost, please go on all social medias, all the internets. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube at 314 Evolve. We are pushing a huge social media presence. We're working on it, y'all. And so please go on there, like it, follow it, share it. We have a lot of stuff that we put out there. I know like one of the things that I'm fine tuning, but I'm working on is this weekly rundown I do. It's in case you missed it. And so I literally, again, my job is attend the meetings, the dry meetings, so y'all don't have to, because y'all got families to take care of. You got like super full-time jobs. You got life going on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're working. You can't go to a board of aldermen committee meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? When you at work or
Right.
you got babies or you got
Right.
something, ain't nobody got who can do that?
Who
Nobody
got
can.
time for that?
Nobody, but I do. I have the time for that. So, so that's what I do. I attend these meetings similar to kind of my previous role. I will go to a lot of these different meetings that, again, normal working people, they don't have the time to do stuff in the middle of the day because they at work, taking care of their families, doing what have you. And so then I attended meetings and I would just tell people what I learned. And so we're carrying that over and Evolve. So I attend all the meetings, board of aldermen meetings,
Girl, y'all hear this? She
county
is
council
going
meetings.
to the meetings for us.
And so I sit there and the stuff is painful. The stuff is painful, you guys. I sit there in these meetings, which can sometimes last 4 or 5 hours long. And I kind of take all of the information from the city and the county, and then I just kind of like condense it into like a little video. And I just kind of hit the highlights on like kind of what I feel like are the most important things for people to know. So
And
as
then I
far
would say you bring it to the level that I would understand it. I'm gonna say that.
I try to, because a lot of it can get a little lost when you actually listen to the banter and some of the bickering and the back and forth. It kind of loses like, why is this important? What are they arguing about? It can kind of get lost in there, because a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I do that every week. And so I would say just start there. Just check out, a lot of our offerings and really what we're trying to do. We're trying to see what works, what doesn't work, what resonates with people, so we can continue to effectively just spread the word and get folks informed. So please, like I said, like us on social media, check out the things that we post. We have some other stuff in the works. But what I strongly encourage people, like, let us know, let me know. Kelly girl, I don't give a dang about XYZ.
Like,
But
let me know.
what we really want to know more about is fill in the blank. So there are a lot of hot button topics that I kind of spend more time on because I hear more about it and it seems like people really care more about it. But I also try to again, like I said, highlight things that I think real people would want to know about. Can I provide one quick example?
Go ahead, please do. This is your platform. Tell us. Go
Uh,
ahead.
so, and I was talking to Tasha about this earlier. So yesterday I attended a Ways and Means committee meeting, which is the city's board of aldermen, one of their committees. Ways and Means, those people, they deal with the coin, they deal with the money. So one of the things that was discussed was a bill. So let me rewind. Currently, right now in the city of St. Louis, you own, well, you're supposed to pay the city's earnings tax if you work in the city, right? You're supposed to. However, folks that have stocks, they can cash out on those stocks and they don't have to pay any type of an earnings tax on that. So this was passed in, I believe, 2000, the year 2000. So this has been in law since the year 2000. And so Alderwoman Sharon Tyus, she filed legislation to do away with that, to say, no, y'all gotta pay, especially when we're talking about these C-level executives with tax dividends,
Right.
stock options. Nah, you need to put in on this too, bro. You need to put in on this too, bro. And so, like,
Isn't that just crazy though? Like that alone, how many people you really know in our neighborhoods that's like really got stocks like that? Like, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. The real people, come on now. Come on. Like for real, for you know what I'm saying?
yes, yes,
So
that's crazy.
it's like, and think about how much money that the city is losing as part of that because they're not capturing that in the taxes. So
Mm,
we talk about our schools closing because of a lack of issue, funding. When we're talking about a lot of other programs and things, like I attended a meeting too yesterday with the park people and recreation people, and they're having issues related to budget, because
mm,
you can't do a lot of programs if you
if
ain't
you
got no
don't have
money for it,
money, yep.
and you can't pay quality people to staff quality programs if you ain't got the money to pay people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Exactly.
so that's why I'm like, even though it's like cities earning tax, okay, whatever. But that is some coin that is we losing that
Right.
we utilize to
For the
strengthen
national.
our communities and our
Yep.
neighborhoods and our city.
Yes.
That's a problem.
That is
So
a problem.
that's the kind of stuff that I try to highlight and talk about so people understand. And then shoot, if you feel so moved, holler at your older person, holler at your elected official. So sis, yeah, what's good? So how you feel about that bill number XYZ? How you feel about it?
Let me interject just a moment because that's one thing that I want people to see when we talk about the community and these local leaders and bringing back the civic engagement is that these people are put in place for you. So you have the right to contact them, to call them, to utilize them for things that you need in your neighborhood. That's
Yes.
why you should know them. You hear
Yes.
me? So I think that's why I'm like so big on that. I just had to put that out there, but you go ahead. I just
No, that's
go
no,
ahead.
that's real. That is the truth. At the end of the day, like, yeah, you need to do that because that's their job.
Yes, yes,
You're their constituent. That's
yes.
their job.
I
So
totally agree. I
just,
do.
just do it.
Yes, just do it. Like get to know them people. Like so right, when you have a problem about crime or stuff that's going on, don't be like they don't care, they don't care. If they don't care, then let's get them out and let's put people in that do care. So that right, you can get what you need in your neighborhood. It's all like you said, I guess it's about people knowing what just knowing these things. And man, put them
Yeah.
into play. I swear. If we can work on it just one time, like let's all collectively work on it at one time and see if it works or not for us. And let's collect. I mean, all of us. Let's see if it works
Yes, together.
together.
And that's something that we working on with Evolve too, is like building this sense in this collective, because man, we got a lot of work to do as a people, y'all. I know, we know that it's a lot. Okay. And Evolve is not, we not the cure all. Okay. For a lot of the things we need to deal with, but at the end of the day, we all dealing with the same stuff because of how we look and the color of our skin. So it don't matter. You live in the city, you live in the county, you got alphabet soup behind your name or what have
It
you.
don't matter.
You drive a dope car, you live in like an awesome house. It don't really matter. So we need to kind of really come together as a collective and speak out, instead of being consistently divided and praying on that every single time to push their agenda. But that's a whole other thing.
Yes, that's for that show, Us Against Us. Be on the lookout because Miss Kelly will be on that show. So yes, y'all.
But that's a whole other thing. But for real, like, and also when we're talking about collective, so our action team, so we are providing information, but we do have our action team. So if you feel super moved, passionate, you want to make a change in your community, again, you can follow us, DM me, whatever, say, yo, I want to be, where the action at? I want to be part of the action. Let me know. We meet monthly, and our North County, because I worked out in North County for a few years, we gain a little bit of momentum now. One of the things that we're focused on is figuring out how to curb the proliferation of liquor stores in North County. So, and that's created, I mean, it's been a saga, y'all. Like, as the world turns, Young and the Restless. Woo, I done learned a lot in this process, but at the end of the day, we need to come together. Instead of hearing people say, we don't have the capacity to actively monitor liquor licenses, and also to hear, well, yeah, I mean, that sounds good what y'all trying to do, but y'all gonna get pushback because they generate revenue in their community. So good luck with that. So so we're working on figuring out not only, how can we do something about that, but also have a broader conversation around economic development in our communities. And what does that mean? There's this narrative painted that in our communities, people can only make money with a liquor store, beauty supply store, fish and chicken places. I mean, any type of really fast food restaurant, you name it, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. And then you copy that, you highlight it, copy it, and then you paste it, and it's literally the same damn thing down up the street at the next intersection. You know what I'm saying?
In every city, too, though. Like I travel, like when I was traveling, I'll go to the hood and be like, so everybody gotta have this to the hood. You be out of town, you know where to go when you need a beauty supply store.
I mean, but that's real.
That's real though. Real. That's why it's a system. Like you said, it's built this way for a reason.
So that's something we're working on, is figuring out how can we, instead of opening up another liquor store or opening up another beauty supply. And I'm not trying to go in on beauty supply stores, you guys. I don't want people to say,
I know, look, they be like, I need my hair. Look,
I'm not saying nothing about that, but all I'm saying is, can we get some bookstores? Can we get movie theaters? Can we get other things?
Can I get remember that jumping can we get one of them over here? Like, why I gotta go to Baldwin and St. Charles or Fenton and all of them to get a little jumping place for my daughter to jump and have fun? Like, why we can't get one in the county?
So we go out of our community spending our coin to strengthen somebody else's tax base. They already good. So
very good.
Money is leaving. It's leaving. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
we need to keep that. We need to keep that in
But
our
just like we would go back, if we can go back and talk about the vegetables and the fruits and things like that, like you go to a Dibber's and a Snook,
oh,
even a Walmart in St. Charles or Baldwin or Aldi's, and the freshest ever. And in my neighborhood, I can't get that.
it's completely different, night and day,
Completely different.
depending on where you go. It was just sad. Same store, but
Same store,
whole different experience. You have an
whole different,
experience.
whole different
Um,
craziness, isn't it?
so but yeah, anyway, but yeah, our action team, so like we're really trying to figure out how can we increase awareness about these issues and come together as a collective to push that something be done to change these things. So again, we have our action team in North County. We meet one Saturday morning a month. And we working on building up our city action team because y'all know I live in the city and it's some stuff that need to be done there. So yeah, if you bought that action too, like again, feel free to hit us up on social media so we can make sure you're connected.
And to say that again, the organization, because that was my next question. So, what is the how to get in contact with you? You said it's Evolve 314.
314 Evolve.
Okay.
And we're on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on Twitter, we on YouTube.
It's like
So
you got to get all the platforms.
you have literally a plethora. You got options.
You got
Okay, you
options.
got options. So you can't say, you know,
Yeah, I know, right?
just hit us up and like again, like, follow, share, and let's get this together because it's not just about Evolve. It's not just about the Hood Talks podcast. It's not just about us as individuals. It's
No,
about everyone.
it's
Like
about yes,
we are a collective and like we need to come together because we can't continue down the path
and I
the
think
status
people might be like when they're listening, because I'm always saying that too, like come together, collective, all of us, because it's definitely gonna take us all to do this work and get these changes done. So,
yes.
man, man. Is there anything else you have that you want to say? Here's your opportunity. Go ahead and put it out there, or you feel like you got it all out.
um I will say again, please follow us on the social medias. We have so y'all, I'm so excited. I'm
I
so
am too.
excited. We have so much stuff in the works. We got an animated series coming up.
Yes, I can't wait.
Shout out to Ryan Nico, who's been really awesome in helping to support the creation of our Straight Facts series. Like y'all, we got a brother from St. Louis. His name is Maine. Shout out to him, young brother. Like we doing the thing to really partner with creatives so we can really figure out, like, reach and engage people
Yes,
a way that is informative but it's entertaining
entertaining. Yes,
and it's in a way that people understand.
fan. Yeah.
So, like, I'm excited about that. We're going to be having some interesting conversations with our
Hmm.
local elected officials coming
Yes.
up, our deeper dive. So that's the 17th. So please, basically, just follow us on social media. We have some really exciting stuff in the works. Yeah, it's a lot, you guys. So just go ahead because I people on you on social media all the time. You on it right now. So just go ahead, 314 Evolve. Because we're really trying to again just build this platform because we gotta make stuff shake, y'all. It's time. We
Yes.
can't keep going with the okey doke. We have to
Man.
engage. We have to be engaged and we have to be involved. We have to, or else um we SOL.
Yes.
And we can't continue on like this.
No.
Um so yeah,
Not for
that's
yourself, for your kids at least,
I'm telling you,
your
we can't
generations. Let's think about the generations to come.
we can't do it, you guys. So it's gonna take all of us to just come together and we got to shake it up and we have to push for again the word of the year for Evolve, and I think everybody else probably is accountability.
Mm.
Okay. Accountability. That means anyone can get it.
Yes,
Self-included, self-included.
self-included. Yes.
Because I'm not beyond reproach either. If y'all
Okay.
see something on social media, it's a typo, stuff don't look right. Kelly girl, what the hell is you doing? This don't make no sense. Holla at me. Tell me. Kelly,
Okay.
you need to get this together, girl. Cause this
Look,
ain't
I'm steady screaming feedback, please.
telling you.
Give me
That's what we
feedback.
gotta do. That's
Let
what
me
we have
know.
to do.
Yes.
So do that. Just like again, we trying to hold these elected folks accountable. We have to look in the mirror and we have to apply that same criticism, feedback, whatever you want to call it, to each other and to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because like I said, y'all, stuff been unchecked for a minute. And I'm not talking about Orange Glow who left, the orange man. We already know what that was, but imagine that he went unchecked for 4 years, four
And
whole,
still don't want to check him, and he out. You.
and still ain't checking them. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as individuals, we need to really check ourselves.
Mm.
As a collective, as a community,
Mm-hmm.
Black brown people, we gotta check ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then also for folks that are in these organizations,
Yes.
we got to check ourselves. Like,
Yes.
oh, we are doing more harm than
Yes.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Side have that talk to Jesus conversation. We got to do better than this.
Yes.
Because again, if we're not starting from that point, we can't fight the big fight.
Okay. We ain't even. Girl, look, don't give me started.
So
Like, we ain't even ready.
so that's all I mean that's it. Like we just have to we got to own up to our stuff, but we need to really understand like, yo, it's a process. Things work. We ain't perfect.
I'm gonna say give each other grace too, though. We do have to give each
Uh,
other grace. We do, but it's still like put some work to that. Let's not just talk the talk. We definitely have to put some work to it, and it ain't easy.
no.
It
No,
ain't easy,
it's
but
not, but we have to.
we have to.
We have to. We owe it to ourselves and our babies to do
Yes,
it. We got to do it.
yes, 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 yes. Well, thank you, Miss Kelly, for coming on the Hood Talks podcast to have this conversation and talk about your amazing organization. I'm so excited for you guys over there at Evolve. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in to this special segment. Be on the lookout because it is Black History Month
Yes.
and we are celebrating it by, of course, February 13th. We have the Black Love segment. February 6th, which is actually Saturday, we have Black and Published will be out dropping then, and then on February 20th we have Jamal, Miss Brittany True Killman herself on the show. As you know, she is the first Black CPM of Missouri. So she will be here. So we are doing some amazing things too here at the Hood Talks. And I'm so again thankful for you for being here, Miss Kelly, and hopefully we can somehow work in the future together.
Yes.
But that's it. Yes, honey. We're gonna get these people engaged. Gotta pull up on y'all. Look, when Corona go away.
Right. Right.
When Corona go away. But yeah, so we gonna go ahead and get out of here. And again, tune in and stay engaged, stay informed, and get involved. She making it easy. Y'all ain't even gotta go to the meetings. Just click on YouTube, go to 314 Evolve, boom, watch it. You know it. You got all the info right there. So look, it's people out here making it easy for us to be engaged and involved. So let's do it. All right, y'all. That's it. We out.